Showtime. Are you tired of feeling like you're either on a diet or you've completely fallen off the rails? What I'm about to share with you today is a really powerful mindset trick to just feel like you take back your power when it comes to how you show up in your relationship with food. Let's get into it. This one little thing is about to change everything for you. You ready for change? Are you ready? Are you ready? Has to do with this one tool that I really started embodying when I was on my healing journey for how I showed up in relation to the relationship I had with food and the relationship that I had with myself. And I'm going to share that with you today. But first, I would want to make sure that you don't lose this channel and you don't lose this video because you're going to want to come back to the stuff that I share. So make sure you're subscribed. This way, I'm going to show up in your feed, and if you hit the notification bell, you'll know when I drop new content like this, and also you'll know when I go live. So I'm really happy that you're here. I'm super pumped that we're doing this thing. Welcome to the community. Let's get it going. Here we go. The thing that I'm going to talk to you today about is called the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule, there are many different ways to look at it, but I'm going to show you the main way that I use this. 80-20 is really to help you understand how you feel full, the satiated portion versus feeling overfull and then you just like regret your life choices, right? I mean, tell me you've been there where you're enjoying your meal and you feel everything's good and then all of a sudden, oh, I feel like my pants need to be unbuttoned so that I can breathe because I have now overate. I'm going to share with you this one trick, and it's going to help you tap into the satiated portion of your meal. Satiation simply means you feel satisfied. It means that you've had enough. There's a possibility that you may want more, but in this current moment, if you give yourself space, you know that you're going to feel good. So the 80-20 rule is literally you eat until you're approximately 80% full. 80% full. How do you know that you're doing this? Because you're going to be practicing the tips that I shared from previous videos about slowing down and being more intuitive and intentional with your eating, really just paying attention to any chatter you have up in the mind and anything happening within your body, like how are you feeling as you're eating this food? Really paying attention to, are there distractions that are pulling you away from being in this moment, right? And when you tap into the 80-20, it's literally you're going to continue to eat until you feel approximately 80% full. And you know that you're there because you're like, I feel like I can have another portion. I feel like I could go for another portion. And here's where you stop. Now, the reason I think it's really important, and when I started implementing this, things shifted for me drastically. And I stopped feeling like I was overstuffed all the time and like I had overate. What shifted is when I felt like I could go for another portion, I would give myself approximately 20 minutes. 20 minutes? The thing about 20 minutes is it takes your gut brain to tell your brain that you are in fact actually full. It takes time for these neuroreceptors to communicate with each other because they're busy digesting. And so you give yourself this space and then you're going to feel fine. Now, I'm going to add to this 80-20 rule because if you are coming from a place like I was where there's this like scarcity and you're afraid you're going to miss out, we tap into the abundance mindset. And so what I always tell myself is, sure, I feel like I could have another serving. I'm going to wait 20 minutes. And if I'm still hungry, I'll then take that. And so I always tell myself, if I can get to feeling satiated where I feel like I've consumed enough, but I feel like I could potentially have another serving, I tell myself I'm going to wait 20 minutes. I get up, I'll do the dishes, I'll drink some water, I'll have a conversation with those who are eating food with me and like my family or my friends. And then in the back of my mind, I tap into this abundance mindset versus this fear of missing out, this FOMO mindset, because I tell myself if I really do want another serving or a little bit more in 20 minutes, then I will gladly go and take it. And there's no fear. I can tap into that at any time. And so this has really just helped everywhere. in all the different kinds of ways that I show up where I'm consuming food. So let's say you're at a restaurant, I would take my portion, because let's be honest, restaurant portions, they're already bigger than they need to be, and I would cut it already, like separate it, and I would ask for a takeout container and I would put the rest in there to bring home later. But this just really helps me tap into, like, I don't want to get to that place where I'm feeling overfull. Like, tell me, that doesn't feel good. Like, I know I'm not the only one. Can you please tell me in the comments, have you actually ever, because I've done this, been at a restaurant and you've had to undo your pants? Because you can't breathe. And so we're just really going to tap back into satiety, which is you're eating to 80% full. You're eating knowing that you feel like you could potentially have a little bit more, but you're going to give your body the 20 minutes it needs to just get to this place of letting the signals know of whether or not you're actually still hungry or you're actually full. Try this trick today. Let me know in the comments below how it goes for you. But it has changed everything for me. So it's really just eating until you feel satiated, the 80% full. Thank you so much for being here. As always, be brave, be bold, be you. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go now. Here we